videos, and that means so much to me. It's always just kind of awkward to film it because this is how I prefer to do it, and I know that like this is more aesthetically pleasing, but I feel like this sounds so much better. So I figured we could kind of just talk about maybe how you're feeling, and letting you know that if you ever need to just let something out into the universe, my comment section's always open. Unless it's rude and mean and it doesn't make sense to me, then I'm a little confused. Because I always get comments every once in a while of people being like, "This was weird. What is this? Why are you whispering?" Babes, it's ASMR. How did you end up on ASMR YouTube if you weren't here already looking for it? I'm so confused. Anyway, if you ever need to just let something out into the universe, talk about your feelings, my comment section's open. My comment section's always open. I've personally found it really useful to just talk to somebody and be more honest and open about how I'm feeling on the inside, that kind of thing. I've also been doing a lot of journaling, which is helping, but I feel like that's something that only really helps when you're ready to start doing it. But everybody's different, and I just hope that if you are kind of having a rough time, you're a little anxious, whatever, you would know that you don't want to stay that way and you want to reach out for help and get better, because it's possible, and it's a long journey, but healing never really ends, unfortunately. But I think that's also kind of the beauty of life. Yeah, I'm personally trying so hard to like romanticize my own life. I know that's such a cliche, but it's been helping me a lot. I've always been the kind of person that thinks that moments are supposed to feel better than they really do, you know, because in movies and books or whatever, things are so romanticized, and I'm like, why do I never feel that way? Why do I never have these like weird, beautiful feelings inside of me? And then I realized it's because I wasn't letting myself feel them, and I wasn't in a place where I was genuinely enjoying what was going on around me, because there was just so much happening inside my own head. And the other day I was kind of swimming with my sister. It was cold that day. It was like 12 degrees Celsius outside and a little rainy, and my favorite time to go swimming is in the rain. And my family, we have a little cabin on the side of a lake, and it's we have like our own little sort of swimming area. Our neighbors swim there, but you know, there's no beach around. The beach is kind of around the cove, so it was rainy, and I love to just go swimming there because no one else is around when it's raining. So me and my sister, we went, and it was cold, and we were like diving in, and we were both cold, and it was just like, but it was so nice at the same time. And I was like, you know what, this is one of those times where this does just feel really good. Like, I'm happy right now, and I'm allowed to just be happy in this exact moment, and nothing else is gonna like come in and change how I feel about that kind of thing. And I felt like a little bit of a switch in my head. I was like, yeah, like, why am I always waiting for these things to happen when these moments have been happening forever? I just wasn't appreciating them the same way. And I think that it's kind of a mindset kind of thing as well. But I'm trying my best to just kind of take every day one by one, and if you are struggling as well, I highly recommend and not putting too much pressure on yourself. That's coming from me. I am the worst person ever when it comes to putting pressure on myself and being hard on myself. I am probably the most disappointed in myself and anyone ever all the time, and it's been something I've been struggling with for a very long time. And what's helped me is realizing that I don't need to put pressure on myself. Realizing loss. Anyways, what else can I talk about? My eyelashes look funny today and I just like don't care. I think I'm having an identity crisis, honestly. I just want to like not wear makeup, but I still put it on because that's what I'm used to seeing myself in. It's like this whole thing. And I've just had this sudden urge to like cut all my hair off and not be blonde anymore. I think I'm over being blonde, but it's hard because I know that it matches my complexion well. But I want to go dark, and it has nothing to do with it being fall. It's just like I've decided it's a new era. We're no longer self-destructing, we're healing. Yeah, so like we're no longer gonna self-destruct, and like that's been a big deal because I bleached my hair the day before like where I lived had gotten a lockdown for the first time. Like March 2020, I bleached it and it was this awful yellow color because I didn't bleach long enough. Or actually I just needed to bleach it twice. And I was just like, after that things really went downhill and a calm, relaxing, old, boring girl. Like, I would say old married couple, but I'm literally so single right now, it's not even funny. But I'm happy with that, it's not a big deal. I'm not insecure about it. I feel bad for people that kind of are, because I just feel like you should just be happy with yourself. And the right person will come around at the right time and it'll all work out and it's no big deal. And that's what I say. But then everyone will be like, no, you're just saying that. And I'm like, no, why would I? What are you talking about? Why would I waste my breath? I'm not that kind of gal. I don't just say things to say things. No, sometimes I do if I'm trying to save face and I don't want to cause a fight. Most of the time I'll cause a fight, but sometimes it's not worth it, you know, and that you know that you're never gonna reach an agreement with the person. That kind of thing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Maybe not, I don't know. It is what it is at this point. Anyways, I feel like I should talk about the weather because I haven't talked about the weather yet. The weather has been cold. So I'm filming this and it's August still. I know, August. You're gonna watch this in September, but I'm filming in August and it's been between like 12 and 18 degrees out every day, and that's cold for this time of year. It should be like 25, 30, but no, it's not. And then I'm like confused because I'm not gonna start wearing my fall clothes because it's still summer, but the weather's chilly anyway. And I put on this sweater today that's, it's kind of woolly, it's very hot, so I'm probably gonna have to change at some point in the near future, especially as the day goes on. Yeah, that's how I feel. Anyways, it's an awkward time to dress. I also really need to go shopping and buy new clothes. But I want to go thrifting, but I get anxiety about going into thrift stores. And I don't know why. I just feel like I don't belong. But that's silly. I know that's just like me being silly, but it's like I don't like going places I've never been before. And I know that that's hard because it's like, how do you ever go anywhere if you don't like going places you've never been before? But I find it easier if I go with someone that's been there before. And then if they've been there, I'm comfortable because they've been there and they know what they're doing. I also get anxiety about parking situations, if you were wondering. Yeah, I'm just one big ball of anxiety, but we're working on it. It's all good. But I feel like a lot of people that watch ASMR do have some sort of anxiety because it's like I need something to calm me down. So yeah, that kind of thing. It also makes me so emotional when people tell me that I've helped them and calmed them down, and I'm like, me of all people, are they sure? Me, I am literally so off my rocker sometimes, but it's so sweet and it makes me want to cry because it's just such an interesting feeling to know that you've affected somebody like that you don't even really know. You don't even know where they live. They don't know, you know, that kind of thing. But it's really cool at the same time. So it's not like a bad thing at all. Obviously, it's cool. You know what I mean? Of course, you know what I mean. Who am I saying? Funny. Okay. Have I talked enough about nothing to make you fall asleep? I really hope you're asleep. Or if you're not trying to sleep, I hope you're just relaxed and you're like, wow, this woman really has nothing to say about anything.